I think if we look at the England side, goalkeeper picks himself. I think it's got to be Shaw,
I think the back four,
Stone, Maguire, Walker. I think Rice and Phillips asserts as well.
Definitely.
I think Mount, he likes Mount. I think Mount's in there. Kane, Sterling, one other.
Yeah.
Who's the other?
Well, it's going to be a big decision Gareth's got to make. Whether it's going to be Sancho's been mentioned, Saka, Foden, they'll come play off that right-hand side. But I've got a funny feeling he might just stick with Saka. I think he's got that running power and he's got that pace. Done brilliant for the equaliser against Denmark when he got in behind and Harry Kane dropped off and he made a great pass into him and used his head, and put in a ball that either Sterling scores or the defender put in the back of the net. So I think he might just go with Saka. And knowing, again, give me 65 minutes and then we can look at the bench. Grealish, people like that can come on. Sancho, as we mentioned, Foden.
Yeah.
I think that's what he may be looking at. And he has changed the team in every game, Al. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did change it. But I think he might just go with Saka, depending on how everybody feels, how your body's reacted. But certainly, this is the biggest game for a long, long time for any of those players in that England team.
Can you see a cagey, cautious game? Because I think
I do, yeah.
I think Italy will look to hit England on the counter. I really do. Don't get me wrong, Italy. You look at their track record, crikey. Yeah, they're the underdogs because it's Wembley, right? And England have looked good. Italy have not stuttered through, but they've not been fantastic. And Spain give them a real scare, didn't they? But at the same time, they know what it's like. They've been there. They've done it. So I don't underestimate the Italians one little bit. I make this such an even game. Will they be sitting tight, waiting for a mistake, and hit England with pace?
Well, they've got plenty of running power up front, haven't they? Chiesa, and obviously Immobile, he doesn't stop running. He'll be trying to get in behind Maguire and Stones. The midfield are very competitive. We know Jorginho, who's at Chelsea, he's had a good tournament. Verratti, who you know what he's like. He's going to be getting into the faces of Declan Rice and Phillips and trying to upset them. And Barello's had a good tournament. So look, we all know they're a very competitive side. They've got lots of experience, especially at the back, obviously with Bonucci and Chiellini. So I'm expecting a tough game, Al. But if England can play to their full ability, which they've shown, then I do fancy England. I think they'll be slight favourites to win the game, obviously with Wembley as well, and the fans is a big advantage. But these Italian side are very experienced and they know exactly how to. You don't go unbeaten for 33 games if you're not an experienced side and know how to get over the line. And they've done that quite a few occasions. Against Spain, as you mentioned. Spain was probably the better side, but they ended up getting through. So you've got to be wary of Italy. But I think Gareth will be looking at the players and saying there'd be a real buzz around training now, wouldn't there? Today and tomorrow, knowing you've got that big final. And the scenes at the end at Wembley after the game against Denmark, they want to be doing that again on Sunday night. And I think everybody now has got a real buzz about this England side. It'd be really interesting to see the supporters where they're going to be going to watch the game. I think most outlets will be sold out already. All really looking forward to it, and I expect a really tight game. But if England can, I think England could just nick it. I think I'm going to go. I think I went 2-1. I'm going to go. I think Italians might score, but I think England with Sterling in great form, Harry Kane now, not too far away from the Golden Boot. We have got some very good players, and
I think if England get on top in that midfield, it won't be right away, but if they grind them down, get on top. I looked at Spain. They got the ball wide. That really hurt Italy. And also, when they started running the two centre backs, looking for 1-2s to get the wall pass in behind. Morata was great at that. If Mount can get on the ball,
pace for me,
and feed it into Harry 1-2.
Yeah.
Or Sterling gets on at 1-2 with that pace, gets in behind them. They ain't catching them.
Well, Jorginho knows obviously Mount very well from his Chelsea, so Mount knows what his weaknesses are. So I think the pace is going to be so important. We know that Bonucci and Chiellini are fantastic defenders, great careers, but they're going to be lacking pace. So that's where Sterling's got to come in off that left-hand side, whether it's going to be Saka, Sancho, whoever it's going to be, off that right-hand side and really make it, really hurt them. And I heard, like, Emerson should play at left back. He's got to be more of a full back probably because he's more attack minded on that left hand side, and maybe you can exploit that going forward. So there's going to be a lot of tactical looks, and I'm sure Gareth and his coaching staff will be looking at Italy and seeing exactly where the strengths are. Insigne's a good little player as well. He's the one who got that brilliant goal against Belgium. So you've got to be wary of certain players, but England have got a very good team themselves. I think the Italians will be very wary of England as well, and they was really good in the opening few games, Italy, and maybe they peaked then, and they haven't been so good in the last 2 games.
Didn't they? Looked a little bit weary, whereas England were buzzing.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it wasn't a Sunday night, I think I'd be in Enzo's Etrusca in Bow Lane. I think I'd be in there because all his staff will be there cheering Italy on. It'd be great in that courtyard. But I'm not sure he's opening.
Oh, you can't. You got to be with the English fans, Al. Surely you got to be with the English fans.
No, that's my local. What are you talking about?
You can't sit with a load of Italians.
Well, there'll be a mix. All his best customers over there.